Hello, everyone. This is Hardeep Singh Mehra, and I'm from This Week in AI. Today, we've got a really special video for you. This is a supplementary video to the recent post that we had written on generating images and art through Recraft. There are a lot of features that we could not list in that article, so here's the video for that. Today, we'll be creating a logo. Yeah, logo with Recraft, a Gen AI platform. Logos are fairly difficult to generate with the normal LLM platforms like Gemini and ChatGPT. And the reason for that is very, very simple. Those models are primarily trained and primarily meant for reasoning tasks. They can reason pretty well, but when it comes to understanding emotions, understanding vibes, and understanding the intent and freely letting the creativity let loose, those platforms really struggle. Um, so the logo that we'll be creating is for a new company that a friend of mine is starting called Yours Truly. It's a relationship counseling platform. They have just started up and they requested me if I could create a logo for them. I was testing out Recraft and I took this opportunity to build it for them. Now, like in the post, we have already understood what the prompt is going to be, right? We have already done this part. We already know which settings we want to trigger, and we already know which model we need to use, right? Um, and whatever prompt we came up with, we have already tested it with ChatGPT. This is the logo that ChatGPT created, and we have already created one logo with Gemini also. And you can see this one is on point with the colors, but not looking really good. This one is early 2000s. I don't even want to look at it. So we'll directly come to Recraft. We'll paste our prompt, and as we've already discussed, there are a lot of models that you can choose from. We ideally go with Recraft V3 because it is Recraft's internal model. It is great at creating illustrations and creating graphics. You can use Nanodana if you want to edit an image. You can use Flux if you want to create human subjects and objects. And you can use Dream if you want to create, again, human subjects and art and objects, right? Now we'll choose the style. Now, this is one of the greatest feature that Recraft has. It has the library of all the style that it has in it, right? Now, depending on your requirement, you can choose whatever style that you want to emulate. Now, if you want to create photos, you can select any of these styles in photorealism. If you want to create illustration, you can choose from the varied amount of uh, illustration styles that are there. Because we want to create a logo, and because we want it to be peppy, because we want it to be modern, stylish, we are choosing Prographic. The logo are generally just one by one. We want to create two emulation because we want to save our credits. And with colors, we have already chosen the palette previously. Now, here's the prompt. Create a logo for a relationship counseling platform called Yours Truly. It needs to be a word mark. It needs to be peppy, emanate fun vibes, modern, typography first, bold, and needs to have lots of curves. And let's see what it generates for us. So we've already had like three rounds of generations each one. So I wasn't happy with the first result. Then this was the second output that we got. This is something that I'm very, very happy with, but I wanted to try something else. So I added these two things as a prompt. It should look empathetic, caring, and a safe place. And this one I feel looks good. It also looks like a smile, human smile, if you look at it. So we've already seen two functionalities of the Recraft platform. But we have seen the graphic creation capability of the platform, the varied amount of graphics that you can create with it. We have also seen how it, for each prompt, it is giving you a much better response. What it tells you is that there is some prompt enhancements that is happening in the background. And if you look at what that enhancement is, you can just click on the image and you can select on extract prompt, and it will tell you exactly what the system understood when you gave it the first prompt. This is one additional way that you can reverse engineer your prompt so that you can make it understand better whatever it is that you want to tell it. Now, what we want to do is we want to test out the image editing functionalities that Recraft platform provides. For that, we have this render image, and there are two edits that I want to make to it. First of all, I want a shade to come along with it. That will make it more vibrant, I feel. And I want to remove the background of it. Now, to add a shade, so I've added a prompt to add a shade only to the typography, and let us see what happens. And one of the nice features that I found on this platform is that Recraft V3 is great at creating graphics and illustrations, but it is not great at editing them. So whenever a task that it's not great at comes up, it just hands over that task to Nanodana, which is inherently great at editing pictures. And This is what is being indicated here. And we have two renditions wherein shades have been added. On this photo, the shade has been added literally, quite literally. And on this, it's added quite artistically. Okay, and I like it. I like it. Now, the second edit that I wanted to do with this is that I wanted to remove the background of this logo because it doesn't look like a nice background. And for that, we can come to this right and we can remove the background and it will remove the background. And you have a dedicated logo for your brand. Now we want to check one additional functionality. You see these white dots? They're bugging me a lot and they can't be there on my logo. I'm a perfectionist. I don't like it. Now we can either edit it, we can try editing it with prompts, and I don't think we'll reach a lot of success because there's a certain limitation that is there when it comes to LLMs. What we can now use is one of the greatest features, and the reason why graphic designers love Recraft is to vectorize it. Now, essentially, what vectorization means is that it creates a vector of this image, and when you have the vector of a certain image, you can essentially edit it with either Illustrator or Photoshop or a new tool called Affinity by Canva. You can use any of the image editing software to edit your creation, and it'll ask you to export it in SVG. Now, there are other formats also available for export. There's PNG, then there's TIFF. TIFF is generally used for poster editing, something that needs to be printed. That's where TIFF is used. So we have the SVG copy and we'll open it on Affinity to edit out these white dots. I've loaded our logo that is a vector now onto Affinity. It's a tool like Adobe Illustrator. If you are as pissed as I was with Adobe, you can use this. It's free to use for now. And let's just check what this point is. Now, this point, as you can see, is an element inside the image. So if I can just edit it, it won't be there. Obviously, it's not 100% perfect. Yeah, one less dot. And I can continue doing this. Let me just get back whenever I've deleted all these white dots. So all the white dots removed. And one of the greatest thing that I observed while removing them is the level of detail that Recraft creates an image in. Just see the amount of details there are. What a rich logo this is. Now, it's decently good, but I do not like this white space that is in front of it, and we want to remove, and I want to increase the size of it. So I'll just group it, and I'll just increase the size of it also. And that sits perfectly in the middle. Yeah, you have it. And when you want to export it, you can just go to export, export, and I want to export it as a PNG. You can use JPEG, you can use GIF, SVG, ESP, PDF, PSD. There are n number of extension that you can export it in. Generally, it's PNG that we use, so we'll export it in PNG. It would have come here. We just bring it, and this is the logo that you have for yours truly. So we'll be handing over this logo to our friend. Let's see what they react with. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Follow for more. Subscribe to our videos and use Recraft and let them know whenever they ask who sent you to their platform. Take care.